To give us his message for this morning, let us call our tatay, Ama, the father in DOST, our beloved Secretary Fortunato T. de la Peña.
Good morning, everyone. Do you hear me?
Yes,
Good
sir.
morning, sir.
Morning.
Yes po.
Okay, so
Good morning po,
I am glad that we are able to have this event today so that our staff at DOST from all agencies, from all regions, will have an opportunity to hear the importance of vaccination. We are now almost 14 months since we had the first lockdown, and we are now very close to 1 million infections and around 13,000 deaths. The economic losses, the effects to jobs, to education has really been tremendous. And actually, we are not the only one suffering. The whole world is suffering. What we hear about India, about Brazil, and even European countries is indeed very sad. Recently, one country announced that they have already achieved herd immunity, and that is Israel, with a population of 8.7 million. Well, if we compare our country with Israel, of course, we are more than 10 times their size in terms of population, and they are many, many times richer than us, and that is why they were able to immediately procure the vaccines. Now, of course, we have been doing everything. Our officials have been doing everything now to get the vaccines. And in fact, there is a schedule of arrival of the vaccines that matches the demand or the requirement for herd immunity that we need to have. And it is also important to note that in Southeast Asia, I think we are third or fourth in terms of the vaccination percentage compared to population. Okay, and so that is still encouraging to a certain extent. Now, there are still people who are in doubt about vaccination, and we do not blame them for that. But I will just say this, my own interpretation about vaccination, that when we were children and when our children were young, we brought them for immunization, okay? And we, of course, are of the belief that that will protect them. And indeed, because of immunization program, there were many diseases that have been eradicated already. For example, we were almost zero already in polio until such time that some people were reluctant to bring their children to vaccination because of what happened to them back shock. But really, vaccination has eradicated many diseases. And I think even if, for example, this pandemic will pass, we expect that there will still be vaccinations for COVID-19. It is like having a flu pandemic, okay, which when eradicated, we still get flu vaccines. So the vaccines will be important. That is the reason why at the first opportunity, I and my wife, belonging to category A2, took advantage of the availability of vaccines that for which we were notified. And my own personal experience, if I may share, I was anxious. Sabihin na natin, ninenervyos ako. Tumaas ang blood pressure ko bago ako bakunahan. Pero yung in charge naman doon sa vaccination center, sabi nila parang natural lang. So binakunahan pa din ako. My blood pressure at that time was 163/102. So tinuloy pa rin yung bakuna. And what surprised me is that a few minutes after I was vaccinated at the place where we are asked to stay for a while to be observed, immediately my blood pressure went down to 138/98. So I said to myself, it's really the anxiety that was bringing my blood pressure up until I arrived home when my blood pressure was already the usual normal. So, hindi nakakapagtaka na magkaroon ng anxiety, hindi ba? Kahit nga tutusukin lang yung daliri mo, ninenervyos ka na no? Yung pa kayang bakuna. Kaya sabi ko sa mga nagtatanong sa akin, and meron ako nakasabay na cabinet member, hindi ko nasasabihin ng pangalan, sabi niya, meron daw kontra sa bakuna sa bahay nila, so parang dinidiscourage siya ng kanyang anak. Sabi ko, hindi naman ako doktor ng medisina, pero sabi niya, kung ikaw ay magpapabakuna, magpapabakuna na rin ako. So, anyway, ang masasabi ko lang kasi, sabi nga ng WHO, unless all are safe, no one is safe. No? At yan ay nag-stick sa aking isip. Kaya, samantalahin natin ang pagkakataon kung may dumating na bakuna ay sumigi na tayo for our own protection. At sasabihin naman ng mga medical people kung ikaw ay hindi bagay bakunahan, malalaman nila yon. So, yung mga nababasa natin ng mga cases na merong adverse effects, napakaliit naman ng percentage o probability. Yung sinasabi nilang nagkaroon ng blood clot because of AstraZeneca ay 1 in a million. Okay? And sometimes hindi mo rin directly correlate dun sa vaccination. Kaya pagka yan naman ay binigyan ng go signal ng ating FDA, ay I'm sure na nasuri na nila yan ng mabuti. At gayon din naman sa ating grupo, ang DOST mismo ang nag-put up ng vaccine expert panel na siya rin nagsusuri sa mga datos ng ating mga bakuna. Pinakikinabangan yung vaccine expert panel na yan ng DOH at FDA. At tayo din dahil tayo nga yung assigned na magbigay ng guidance para sa mga clinical trials for all those vaccine developers and makers who want to do clinical trials in the Philippines. So we have this vaccine expert panel to do this task. And I would also like to mention that my guess is that the reason why many vaccine developers want to do vaccine trials here in our country, kahit nga may mga approvals na, kahit ginagamit na as EUA, gusto pa rin lang tumuloy ng clinical trials, is that that would add to the richness of data that they will have because there are differences that they can see depending on ethnicity. No? So, maaaring iba epekto sa Pilipino, iba epekto sa mga ibang ethnic groups. Okay? At yan ay nakatutulong sa kanila. Ang isang bagay ng alam ko na nakaka-encourage sila kanila magkaroon ng clinical trials dito ay well-known ang mga clinical trialists sa Pilipinas. Magagaling sila kaya yung mga nakukuhang contract research organization, these are very experienced vaccine trialists. So, ang akin lang ay pakinggan natin mabuti ang ating ang mga ibibigay sa ating impormasyon ngayong umaga na ito at sana ay makasama na kayo doon sa mababakunahan. Merong isang grupo sa vaccine cluster na yan lang ang kanilang trabaho, mag-disseminate na information at mag-generate ng demand for vaccination. Konti pa din ang bakuna, kaya the moment that you have an opportunity, take advantage of it. So yun lang ang masasabi ko at awa naman ng Diyos pagkabakuna sa akin ay okay naman. Wala namang nararamdaman kakaiba. Kahit nga lagnat, hindi ako nilagnat. So yun ang masasabi ko lang ngayong umaga makinig tayong mabuti sa mga ibibigay sa atin impormasyon at sana ay makapaggawa kayo ng tamang desisyon. Magandang umaga sa lahat.